Are you wasting your time and money on inefficiencies in the business? Are sales down and lead conversion rates are low? Are you having problems building or maintaining inventory levels? What does it really take to win in the automotive industry?
Get the cars that make sense for your store rather than just wishing at an auction, so it gives you that better control.
With over 25 years of experience, Daryl the Wolf Steed isn't just another industry voice. He's the guy who's out there solving real problems for dealers just like you.
They'll even say in the Pacific Northwest where you're at that it's a tougher market. It's, it's tougher to find cars. The market's a little bit softer. And in the midst of all this, your turn doubled and your profit's up 75%.
Yes.
The truth hurts only when it should. Are you ready to hear the truths? Daryl is here to unpack the hard truths and the proven strategies that will take your dealership from struggling to soaring. And he is taking it all in the streets, with real talk, open dialogue, unfiltered conversations. This is the podcast series, Street Smarts, powered by Smart Wolf Consulting.
Welcome back, you guys. Today we are going to burn it down. We have been talking to some dealers this week, and if you saw the content of what we were going to talk about today, everybody should be tuning into this. Share this if you have the ability. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube Live. And guys, we've got some real issues going on in the third-party market. And I wanted to make sure that everyone knows what's going on. You guys can share it to any applicable stores. Don't get caught up in these issues. So I've been talking to some stores, and it's been pretty interesting out there in the acquisition space. We have third-party lead providers like KBB ICO, Car Gurus, Edmunds, and there's quite a few other ones. And when I say that there are issues happening right now, there are issues. Some people are even using the word bait and switch. I mean, we are talking some real potential problems in this market. That's okay. We're going to walk through them. We're going to spend a few minutes. This isn't going to take long, just so you know what to deal with. So first off, I had talked to a couple different dealers with KBB ICO leads. They're giving a number, right? And then if you're using upside or using the liquidation, they come in and inspect it. One of these things happened yesterday. They came and inspected. So first the dealer went through, they did their inspection, and they knocked it down for things they wouldn't even normally do it because the offer was so high compared to MMR, any other third-party source. They wanted to make sure that they weren't at risk, right? And this is for you dealers. I could care less about these third-party companies, right? I'm working for you guys, not for them. So they knocked this car down a little bit, even on some things that they wouldn't normally do. It came back with a slightly adjusted number, $800 or $900, nothing crazy. So they honored the number as they're supposed to in their partner agreement. They bought the car. Then they went and had the inspector for Mannheim come out and do the upside or ICO inspection to validate and everything. They gave it a 5.0, 5, guys, not 3.5, not 4, 5.0. Said the car is piece of resistance. They changed the number, $4,000. What are we supposed to do when the guaranteed offer is a bunch of bullshit? Okay. And, so when we think about that, it's like, oh, it's one car. It's happened 3 times this week where now you're having to fight with the auction, or you're having to call upside, or you're having to call ICO and fight for this evaluation when you should be able to trust the tool you're working with. So guys, it's a problem. We've also got issues to where they're delivering leads outside your service area, outside your scope, right? And they're saying, well, we're giving you the leads we promised you, the 200, the 300, the 100. Right, I've got a store that's getting 100 Car Gurus leads, and then they upped it a little bit more. And in order to get those leads to them, because they said, oh, we're going to charge you $2,000 for 100 leads. So then they wanted a few more, and so they get the second package. Well, in order to give them those extra 100, now they're giving them cars from 100, 150 miles away. What's the realistic chance you're going to buy a car when someone's 150 miles away from you, unless you're going to overpay for it? This is just bad business. And I get it. I'm ranting and I'm raving, and I'm going to give you guys this industry knowledge, and we aren't going to do shit about it. Why? Because, well, we like to have our pockets picked by these big third-party companies. But at the end of the day, guys, Street Smarts is here to lay it down for you, give you the truth, even when it hurts. And the simple fact is we can stop this shit right now. And all we have to do is put in a little bit of work and get some tier 4 marketing, also known as social media, going, and create a splash page or a website, or create our own first party lead dynamic driving to a specific site for acquisition and or sales. Now it's going to take time. It's going to take a little bit of effort, but by doing this, then you don't need to depend on the garbage that you're having to sift through. The nonsense of having to call and then tell them you want credits and all the time that's wasted with these third-party leads. But you have to ask yourself, are you ready to take control of your business? Are you ready to stop complaining, bitching, and whining about why things can't get better and start doing something about it? Or are you just kind of okay with you giving your profits away to these sources that are giving you a half-assed product at best and then making you do all the work? Now, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I had another conversation with another one of these third-party vendors, and they said, well, we don't track the results of a dealer. We just give them the opportunity to use the tool, and then they have to do it themselves. What kind of horse shit is that? So you're not going to track their results so then you can coach, educate, and then help them get to the level they want? You're just going to say, okay, well, we hope they do okay. It's on them to track it. At what point did we stop creating a service model behind what we sell? At what point did we stop doing the things that were right to help people get to where they're going or they need to go, and give them that push, because not everybody understands how to get there the same way? We can do better. We need to do better. Okay. And it's a simple fact of just making the decision of we're going to hold vendors to a higher standard. Now, I can tell you what you get when you get Smart Wolf Consulting and Street Smarts. You're getting service, you're getting time, you're getting development. Okay, you're getting coaching. We're going to track all those things, and then you're going to get challenged, because the only way we get better is to be challenged. When I just give you a tool, these software companies that give you a tool and say, well, yeah, this is guaranteed to get you X. Based on what? What some good dealers are doing, and then what about all the bad ones? I remember when I was with KBB ICO, the national close ratio was just around 5%, give or take. I heard last year at NADA, the national close ratio, based on what they can track out of the stores, have fiat on is like 2.8 to 2.9%. If anyone else isn't absolutely just blown away by the fact that that is horseshit and garbage. But you know what ended up happening is because they got rid of a lot of the trainers. They got rid of all the support. They got rid of the people that were challenging the stores and making sure they dedicated time to these stores to help them do it right. Shocker, closing results went down. If you're looking to want to take these not so great third-party options and get them to these 8, 9, 10, 11, 12% closing ratios, give me a call. Okay, let's start doing things the right way and start taking these not so great leads and turning them into better opportunities by conversation formats, connection, trust, and training and development of your people. But better yet, and that's just one of the solutions, let's get together and let's start getting you some first-party leads. Let's start growing your brand as a whole in the social sphere where people actually live over 5 hours a day in social media. That's in America alone, 5 hours a day on social apps. And if you don't have a presence there, how many hours do you think someone spends on an auto trader or cars.com in a day? Probably not 5 hours. Let's get you to where the people are. Let's get you the right leads. And let's make something happen so you stop having to depend on all these companies that are profiting off of you when you could profit off yourself. That's the word of the day we're bringing to you from the streets. And when you're ready, I'm ready. Let's make it happen together. I hope you guys have a great Thursday. Talk to you soon.